That's okay. We're talking a minute or two earlier. Welcome to Live Coding with Matt Groves here on Twitch, Twitch/Matthew D. Groves. This is the 59th time I've done this. We're getting way up there in numbers. Today we're going to continue where I left off on Tuesday. We're going to do some more stuff on Digital Challenge. I have once again done a lot of this stuff I was working on. I sort of picked up where I left off the stream, and I've worked on that, so I can show you some of those things today if you want to. But yeah, this is an ASP.NET Core site using Couchbase as a backend. It's an application that I use typically at events, conferences, in order to engage better with developers, I think, to help them learn about Couchbase in kind of an interactive way by answering tech questions, by writing a little bit of code, looking trivia up, things like that. Kind of a guided tour, but it's disguised as a challenge, a competition. The more points you get, you're going to get on that leaderboard, and some people on the leaderboard will get prizes during the event. So that's the whole purpose of Digital Challenge. And there's just, I keep learning things that I can do to make it better, easier on myself, is what the focus has been on this week, but also on the people taking it to make it a more intuitive experience, more fun, easier to, get up and running with. So Digital Challenge, that's what I'm working on. So we'll get back to today. So let's go through our normal stuff. The only stupid question is one you don't ask. Ask questions. It's a safe place to ask questions. Please do so here. Don't feel like your question is too stupid or too basic or anything. Ask away if you have a question. I am a member of Team Live Coders, and they're on Twitch/team/Live Coders. You can check us out there. 121 strong. A lot of people streaming right now, including some people we've rated recently, like Beachcasts, and I think maybe Lana Lux. Instafluff's been a while. So lots of great people. Brian Lagunas rated us recently, so maybe we'll go to him if he's still on streaming. But a lot of great people here. If you're looking for someone to do some live coding and streaming, check out Twitch/team/Live Coders, and someone here is going to be streaming about something you want in your time zone. Okay. Next up is the Awesome Developer Streaming List, a broader list of developers who are streaming here on GitHub/BNB/Awesome Developer Streams. It's a huge list of people, not just Twitch, not just the Live Coders team, but anyone who does any live coding can get listed here. And you can also go to this page and just do Control F. You don't have to have a GitHub password or anything like that. You just go to this page, do Control F, and type in something like ASP.NET, for instance, and you can see people who are streaming ASP.NET, who stream about ASP.NET sometimes at least, and other topics are streaming about. So Control F, go through that list and check it out. What else? Bitly GrovesTube. So all the videos should be up to date on this. You can check out all my past videos from live coding episodes. Go to bit.ly/GrovesTube. They're all there on YouTube. Check them out. All right, a couple more plugs. So Couchbase, there's a new course on Couchbase on Pluralsight. This is created by Keyshawn Iyer. This is not a Couchbase employee, by the way, Keyshawn Iyer. He's just a Couchbase community member who's put together some courses on Couchbase, and they're mostly nickel focused. There's one on functions, but you can check all those courses out there. And if you're a Pluralsight member, especially if you're not a Pluralsight member, you can get a free trial and try it out and check out some of these courses. And there's more to come in terms of Couchbase, right? We could probably do a search here and see what we got for Couchbase. I think it's just going to be his courses. Yeah, those 5 right there. There's an older one by Arun Gupta. This is Docker for Java developers. He probably mentions Couchbase in there. This is my old boss, actually. So but that's kind of an older one. So check out these newer ones here by Keyshawn. And if you are someone who uses Couchbase as a developer mainly, if you're using the Couchbase SDKs, why isn't this loading up? Needs to be S. We have just launched on Tuesday. We launched a survey, which seems to be failing right now. Bitly seems to be down. Why is that? Okay, well, it works now. Anyway, it's just a Bitly link to a Google form, but This is a survey where we have a new SDK, major version coming out, 3.x, or in some cases 2.x, major version of the SDKs. And along with that, we've got some new documentation for those SDKs. So this survey is to try to get some feedback from you, Couchbase developers using Couchbase, your experiences with documentation, your preferences, and then you can sign up to do some further exercise with us. And of course, the whole thing about this is it's a survey. We appreciate your help. Just just getting your voice heard is an important part of this. But we do want to thank you for your time. So we've given away some prizes here at random to people who have taken the survey. Got four prizes here. Pretty cool. Anyway, if you are using Couchbase, or if you used it, fairly recently, and you're interested in giving us some feedback of the docs and interested in winning some prizes, bit.ly/docs survey. That's a capital S in survey. bit.ly/docs survey. Go there, take out that survey, or if you have already taken the survey, tell other people who work with Couchbase, and let them give them a link to the survey so they can also fill it out. Don't worry, there's plenty of prizes to go around, plenty of opportunities. So please send that around. Okay, events. We'll plug some events here. I got a little bit of news on events. SQL Saturday Cincinnati, as far as I know, is still happening, March 21st, and that's coming up very soon. That's just over 2 weeks away. And that's a great event. So if you're in Cincinnati or anywhere near Cincinnati within a few hours driving, highly recommend going to this event, checking it out. It's free or it's very low cost, one or the other. I can't remember exactly. I'll be speaking there on just sort of an intro to NoSQL type of session. But if you're into databases at all, this is a great event to go to. It's not just for SQL Server, like Microsoft SQL Server people, although there's a lot there for you if you're into SQL Server. But if you're into any sort of database stuff, it's worth your time to go check it out, meet some people, network, check out the vendors. It's a great place to go. So check that out. Next one, Orlando Code Camp. And as far as I know, there's an email that just came out that Orlando Code Camp is still on. So I know there's lots of events being canceled right now, but Orlando Code Camp is still on. I think mainly because this is a locally focused event, although it's a pretty big code camp, and I'm not local, so there will be people flying in. But that's true of Orlando like every day, right? So anyway, if you're in the Orlando area or close to it, or you can get there, definitely check out the Orlando Code Camp. They just released a schedule today, I think, or yesterday. It's lots and lots of content there for you. So if you're a developer of any kind, there's going to be something for you at Orlando. Okay, and then the rest of the events, so Ignite and CodeStock, this is coming up here in April. That's going to be a very busy week for me. I'll be coming back from vacation and then turning right into a couple of events back-to-back. Microsoft Ignite in Chicago, where I will be at the Couchbase booth in the sponsor area, and CodeStock, where I will be a speaker. That's in Knoxville, Tennessee. So if you're anywhere near those, check it out. And then we got more coming up. I'm sure I'm going to keep adding more and more events as we go along. So, all right. That's it. That's all the plugs. We made it through in just under 7 minutes. Just under 8 minutes, something like that. So, all right. So, digital challenge. Let's close some of this stuff down here. So, this is the digital challenge. Just to refresh you, this is a lot of sort of junk data in here right now, but the idea is you at an event, you go here, and you're typically going to be presented with auto-filled code. So you submit, and then you start going through these selection of questions, different types of questions, multiple choice, fill in the blank, match the diagram, write some SQL code, and so what is 2 plus 2? Oh, it's 5. So that is wrong. Oh, looks like I found another bug. Oh, yikes. Okay, so I probably broke something. Yep. I know we changed some of this on Tuesday, and I didn't actually do a full functional test of it, so I broke something. That's okay. That's fine. We can fix it. So anyway, the idea is if you get the question right, you get points. And you see I've done this in the past. I've already gotten 5 points for answering this question correctly. And then as you go on, of course, there's leaderboards. And you see I'm only on the board right now, but 5 points for me. I'm in first place. But as the event goes on, this board fills out, and the top 10 are listed there. And then the top 4 or top 9 or whatever the event is will give prizes to. So that's the whole point of this digital challenge thing. So I've got a bug now. It's a pretty fundamental bug. Fortunately, I haven't deployed this anywhere yet, so the old version is still out there that still works. But if I answer a question, I get invalid action number when answering a question. So that's a bug. That's a pretty serious one. Answering questions. So might look at that one first. But I'll also show you I'm working a lot on the back end here. So if we go to test zone, one of the things, no, we'll go to actions here. So one of the things I changed was the order number was kind of a problem because you have to sort of keep track of it in your head and figure out, well, did I skip a number? What if I want to add a new question? Things like that. So right now you see I have order number 1, 2, and 3 for each of these questions. If I create a new action, it'll be auto-populated with 4, the next number. So that's good. I also added this feature, which I started to work on Tuesday. I've worked on it some more since then. We copy actions from other zones. And so I can say, well, these questions are in other zones. I want to reuse them, so I can select 2 of them, copy them over, and you can see it's added them here to the end of my current list. So it's also figured out the order number. So it's a good thing I wrote that function because it came in handy. But it just copies those questions. So it's a unique copy of it, right? So I can still go in here and make changes to it if I want to adjust it for this specific zone. But it saves me some time because oftentimes I'm just copying, most of the same dozen or so questions from each zone to each zone, which was a lot of Control-C, Control-V for me, and I had to get the ordering right and all that kind of stuff. So this is stuff that's making it easier for me and other people who might use this at events, like my teammates Eric or Dennis or whoever, to come in and use this. So making some progress there. And I also noticed that this used to be just a placeholder because I was too lazy to get around to actually putting the zone name in there. That's actually showing up now. So I've got the zone name. And I've added a bunch of unit tests, which unfortunately were not enough to catch the bug we just found. So I'll have to write a test for that. But if we go to Unit Test Explorer here, and I'll just show you all the tests. They're all passing. And there we go. Okay, all passing tests. I'll expand all these. You see, I've got quite a lot of tests going. Is there an expand all button? Especially for a zone controller. A lot of tests there. Which is even more frustrating because that's, I think, probably where this error is happening. I have so much test coverage and yet I still have a bug. So let that be a lesson to you. Unit tests don't necessarily prevent bugs from ever happening, but it's a step in the right direction to when you identify a bug to, okay, well, where was the gap in our test that didn't catch that bug, and then keep going and then refactoring and so on. So it's a process. What else? So I wanted to split out some unit tests and some organizational stuff there. Search names. Oh yeah, I don't know if I showed you this. Maybe I did, but if you go to users here, I have a bunch of fake users entered. These are not real people, but I can have a little search here. So if I want to search for Arn, you can see you got Arn right here. And I do a search, and there he is. And I also tested it with paging. So if I search for Matt, there's a bunch of Matt Groveses in there, unique Matt Groveses. I can page through those, view them, and of course, it's just generating garbage information for that fake data. But that's good. And then if I want to do a terrible search like this, and even with an E in the name will work, right? I could probably change this to require a minimum of 3 characters, but and then also put this right here. So I know that admin users, the people who will view this page in production, are Couchbase users, and they will know what this means because I'm doing this search with a like query, which is not ideal for text-based searches. But for this case, I don't have to add a new full text search or create a full text index. The like is not going to be terribly performant, but I don't see this happening very much. So it is not. I'm not exposing a like to the public side of the site. So I think this will be fine. for now. If I want to add a more sophisticated search later with faceting and language awareness, things like that, probably need to bring in the Couchbase full text search, which is not difficult, but it may require more resources in production. And I have to build an index and change up a few methods in my code. But other than that, pretty straightforward. I don't have to, spin up a whole new like Elasticsearch server or anything like that. I can just bring full text search into the picture and go from there. Anyway, that's working. Import questions from past challenges. Yep, did that. I fixed this one. Okay, so let's get on to that pretty major bug I just found. Invalid action number when answering question. I don't like that at all. So just type in something, and this must be an error message that I created somewhere. So let's just do a search for that and see where that's happening. Invalid action number. Invalid action number. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like I've still got some code that's kind of coupled to the order number, which I don't know if I don't think I have a problem with this. Oh, wait. Yeah, these are all numbered correctly in order, so it's nothing to do with any of that new weirdness where, I have an actual order number behind the scenes to order these, but on the front end, it's going to look the same in this case, but it's going to actually generate an order number, so there's never going to be a gap. So hypothetically, I could have a question with order number 50, and to the public, that'll appear like order number 9. It'll be the 9th question, right? So, but now I've got this invalid action number here, which I'm wondering what this is even used for. So I've got these controllers. Yeah. Okay. So that needs to go for sure, because I don't use that anymore with this index, right? This used to be, oh, this is still saying action number. Oh, no, this is saying action ID. It used to be that I had that action number, so that needs to go away. That can just be action ID. But what I need to do is get rid of this, and well, let's just comment it out for now. Get rid of this and this. So I'm actually simplifying the code, but it's something I didn't catch when I was doing the refactoring. So I think this will work just fine. Although, thinking about it, well, not action number. It probably should be current action ID, right? That's what I called it up here, current action ID. Yep. We got some sort of spammer here. So I'm going to report you for spamming. And it's probably a bot account. Posted a spam link into chat. Okay, and then we're going to block. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I suppose that happens. Just ignore that. Current action ID. Okay, why is this still showing current action number on this form? Is that a different form? Oh, all of these. There's multiple forms. Okay. Yeah, see, I remember when I was doing this, I was thinking like, there probably should be some sort of polymorphism here. And so now I'm kind of paying the price for not having that. Models, forms. Those are tests. There's only 4, fortunately. Well, that's interesting. There's a difference error there. Action SQL form. And okay. So then back here, I should see some more red. Yep. Okay. And I want those to be current action ID equals. I don't know why I settle on using the order number essentially in the first place. Probably just laziness on my part. Okay. Let's see if that compiles. I'm guessing there's some unit tests that will not. Yep. Yep, there's a lot of stuff there. Oh, gosh. And I told you there are a lot of tests. So, but I don't think this will be a major thing. So action ID equals fake action ID. See a lot of that. Action ID. Yeah. Just copy this part here. Oh, it's already doing that, so I'm going to just take that out completely. Yep, that's good. This should, yeah. Yeah, those tests are going to fail for sure, but I just want to get compiling for now. And there's probably more in here, right? I expand all these. Oh, gosh. You look at all those red lines. This may be the reason I didn't want to do it. Because I had to go through and change all this. I don't know. There might have been something else. Yeah, see, these aren't going to pass. This is testing some route value stuff. That's fine. Easy enough to fix. But like I said, I just wanted to get it to compile at this point. So many. So many. Almost there. Did I miss one? Oh, missed a quote over here. Okay. Is that all of them? Again, those are going to be a lot of failing tests there, but that's okay. Okay, more tests. This is probably not. This is probably not a valid test anymore. So let's comment those out for now. Okay. All right, so let's just see if that fixed the bug. Then I'll go back and check out those tests. Developer's weak. And 2 plus 2 is 5, of course. Okay, and try this one. There we go. Good. Alrighty. Time to face the music now. See what tests pass and which ones broke. Probably a lot that broke. Yeah, especially zone controller. I don't know if I could have written a test to have accounted for this. Maybe if I was using AutoMapper, I could have had some AutoMapper tests. I don't really call it tests, but some sort of validation of models. That might have figured it out, but I'm not using AutoMapper. Okay, so this should be, if I just change this to current action ID, is that going to make the test pass? I think it's still being put into the route like that. No, it is not. Okay, so we're doing a submit here. It should be returning current action ID. Oh, it's lowercase. Casing is important when using a dictionary like this. Now it should pass. No, still not passing. Okay, well, I'm going to debug here and see what's actually in these route values. Route values. Yeah, there's 2 of them. Oh, it's just action ID? Oh, that's not right. I want it to be... What is this? When user submits fill in the blank with invalid form, they get redirected back to form. Yeah, that would be here. Why is this? I don't think this is action ID, is it? It should be current action ID, I think. That's what it should be. So tests are helping me a little bit, because I think that's wrong, although MVC might be able to deal with that, just because of the ordinality of it. Okay, well that works. Okay, we'll keep on going here. Current action ID. This is a valid and correct form, so I'm guessing this will pass. Yep, okay, what else? Alright, it's nice to have these little live unit testing deals there. When submits valid but incorrect. Okay, I don't know, let's see. Okay, that one's fine. So it's really just a case where it's an invalid form. So now we've got this one. Okay, in this case it is saying current action. So, I don't know. So I'm going to pass them. You know what? Shouldn't I just be able to see the check marks change? Why am I... Well, just look at that. That's the whole point of this. Okay, great. Saving myself some time. I'll have to use the Resharper test runner. Throwing these individually. Okay, what else? Pass. Okay. Same thing here. Okay. Okay. So zone controller tests are passing. Now let's go look at the whole picture, which is what the Resharper runner is good for. See all the tests at one screen. Okay. And my fake data is ignored. Good. All right, there we go. Fixed that bug. Invalid action number bug. That was a regression, is what you'd call that. Right, so let's go to commit this. Where is it? SQL scavenger hunt. So I used to call it SQL scavenger hunt. All right, so what we changed. Oh, there's a couple tests I commented out. I'll have to go back and look at those. Forgot about those. Yep. Yep. Looks good. These are the ones I commented out. Okay, so action match form test. Action match form test. All right. So what test do I have here? This is a test to see that the action match form is valid. So not that it's right or wrong, not the answer is right or wrong, but that the form being submitted is valid. And so I don't think I even need this stuff anymore. Like, I don't need any current action number stuff. I'm just relying completely on action ID. So these can pretty much just go away. I was relying on those, but I'm no longer relying on those. Now, is that true for the other forms? This is where? This is in models forms. Models forms, action match. Oh, that may be the only one I have tests for. All right, so action match form is in models forms. So you see I've got to fill in the blank form, but I don't have any tests for that. Match, so yep. That can go away too. So I should probably write tests for those. Okay, that's the zone controller. We spent a lot of time on that one. Action, fill in the blank. Yeah, oh, this can go as well. Action match form. Yep. Just remove and code. Gotta love remove and code. Action multiple choice form. Action multiple choice form. Action multiple choice form. Oh, yeah. So that's good as well. Action SQL form. Action SQL form. This can go. This will just really just unnecessary complexity. And now it's gone. Okay. So there we go. This was ostensibly invalid action number bug. I'll just call this regression from removing order number. Explicit order number, I guess. Okay. And let's make sure to push that one up. Okie doke. Hey, it's Christos Mag. Christos Mag, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by, checking things out. What I'm working on is my digital challenge application that I use at events where I'm working conferences, I should say, when I'm working like sponsor booth. And so I'll set up these digital challenges. People that go in, and it's just kind of a way to get people to learn more about Couchbase in action, to look at docs and look at code and stuff like that, answer some questions. They get points for them, like I would do here. What is 1 plus 2? Sorry, Bang Help isn't working. The bot is down right now. That is on my list of stuff to do. But see, I just answered that one correctly, so I get points now. And then during a course of event, like Developers Week, for instance, or Developer Week, as it's actually called, this list will start filling up with people, the top 10 people, and then the top N of those people, the top 4 or whatever, will win a prize, an actual prize. They come to the booth, and we've given away like Commodore 64 Mini, we've given away little handheld retro game devices, given away Raspberry Pi kits, drones, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So it's just a little bit more engaging, challenging way, kind of a alternative to raffle tickets. I just found that raffle tickets is fine. I like giving prizes away, but this is a way to get actually people more engaged with what we're doing and understanding what we're doing, like at their own pace, right? I don't have to stand there at the booth and lecture them for 10 minutes about what Couchbase does. They can just sort of go out, take this challenge, and learn on their own if they're really interested. Right? So that's what I'm doing. Working on that app. And just found a bug right before you came in and just fixed the bug right before you came in. So this is a list of stuff to knock out. So anything with an X next to it, I already accomplished either Tuesday or sometime between Tuesday and now. So we got all that stuff done. Got all that stuff done. So this is the stuff that's left to do. I guess we'll call this enhancements. I don't really have a real solid PM type system in place. It's pretty much just me. I've got some help from Eric Bichard, my coworker in the DA team. He's done a little bit of CSS help. And we've got some help from another one of my colleagues here who's a designer working on this stuff. And it's a repo that's open to our organization. So we could hypothetically manage this type of stuff in GitHub, but for the most part right now it's just me. So a text file is probably fine. I can share that with you on the stream, things like that. Okay, and you can see on my list here is get that chatbot out to a ASP.NET web service on Azure instead of the Kubernetes cluster. Not because Kubernetes was a problem, but because my local development environment with Visual Studio is just not cooperating for whatever reason. So decontainerize this app, I guess I should say. Anyway, that's on my list. That's why the Bang help isn't working. Okay, so what can we do? Let's see. Something to improve flow. There was one thing I just noticed here, and this is oftentimes viewed on a small screen. This is why I try to be responsive as possible. So if I go answer this question and it's wrong, well, that seems okay. That GUID is kind of annoying. You mean in the URL? Up there? That's annoying? What's annoying about it? I mean, it's not something that as a user really you have to know or interact with. What's kind of annoying to me is what I've noticed a few times actually is that someone goes this first question, they answer it correctly, and it says, "Congratulations, you got it correctly," and it's like, okay, now what? And the answer I usually have to give them, if they don't figure it out, is to go back to the nav here and go to the next question. You don't like big URLs. Well, I like big URLs, and I can't deny. I cannot lie. You don't like big URLs. Well, we could work on that, but I just don't see. I could use something besides GUIDs. I just don't see any real benefit to messing with that right now, because you got to think of this in context of it's at a conference. I'm not asking people to bookmark these or share them or anything like that. So it's just it's a URL. Do you just prefer like a number instead of a GUID, just a straight up integer? Also, this URL back here, this is purely an admin URL. This one's longer. This is not even shown to most people. It's not that big of a problem given the nature of the app. Well, another place with the long URLs is they're not GUIDs, but like Twitter does. Their URLs are not particularly nice to look at. So I'll go on Twitter here and I'll go to Nick Howard's tweet. All right, so it's not terrible, right? Because it's just a big number. It's not a bunch of dashes and letters and stuff, but not great. Facebook also lousy URLs, right? Typically pretty hard to get to. So I think most people, not going to be a major problem. It's something I have in mind, but it's just like so low on the list of, well, we got to fix this to make it feasible. So anyway, what I was thinking about, and maybe you have an idea for this, Christos, is when I answer a question correctly, I have to go back to the nav. If I'm on the small screen, which most people are, I have to go back to the nav, this little blue arrow button here, go back to the nav and go to the next question. Now, there is something to be said about, you can navigate this however you want to. You can answer this number 7 question first. You don't have to go in order. But most people, I think, probably when they answer the first question, they want to be told or navigated to, okay, what's the next thing you need to do? Otherwise, it's like, okay, I guess it's over. So what would be the way that I could approach that? So let me just throw out some ideas here. So let's go to the UI. And we're going to be in Zone. Not where I want. What are you using front-end wise? HTML? CSS? Bootstrap? If you're asking if I'm using React or Angular or Aurelia or Vue, none of those. So let's see. Zone here. Oh, there's a little bit of JavaScript. What's this for? Oh yeah, yeah, totally vanilla. There is some jQuery. there is this weird feature where this is something I built for the very first time I deployed this app, and I hardly ever use it. But it's like a countdown to when the contest will start, which was kind of useful because this first event was like a short 2-hour window. Most of the events I've done since then have been 2-3 days, so the countdown is not really doing much for anybody. But that's what this is, just some jQuery do some countdown. Now where is that? I'm trying to find where I have this submit button at with the little pencil icon. Views action. No, it's not admin. It's not invite. It's got to be in here then, right? Sidebar button. Yeah. What in the world? Where did I put this? It's a button primary. Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick search. Those are all pluses, submit. Oh, they're all inside of this. Okay, so I've got 4 different question types right now, and they all have the submit button inside of them. Well, that's kind of annoying. But yeah, so what I was thinking, let me just throw, this is actually going to do anything, but let me think about this. So what, let me just put this as an option. Submit and next question. Submit and go to next question, something like that. So if I come back here to this page, shoot, this is a SQL. Could probably refactor this. So I have a button, instead of, I could have a submit button. I could also have a submit and go to next question button. And then the idea here is if I get it right, it'll just go to the next question. If I get it wrong, it won't go to the next question. It'll just stay here and show the error message that, hey, you didn't get it right. So what, I mean, obviously I probably shouldn't have both of these, but I would have one or the other. And it'd probably be submit. It wouldn't say submit and go to next question, unless, I don't know, unless that makes things clearer. Just wonder if I could check out some other website and see how they do it. Like a quiz type test taking website. How do they do it? Because like it's not really a quiz or a test, right? Because you get multiple shots. You can answer it again. If you get it wrong, you can keep answering until you get it right. Whereas a test, whatever your answer is, it's locked in. And, so there's no sense in bringing you back to this with an error message. Another option would be, let me think about this. Could be something like, okay, if you get it right, then maybe it counts down and says, you got it right. We'll go on to the next question in 10 seconds. And then it does a countdown for 10 seconds and then redirect to the next question. I kind of don't like that because that kind of takes control away from you. Oh, you know what? I got a better idea. I think this is going to work. Okay. I think this is going to work. Okay. So let's just sketch this out. All right. Question 1. What is 1 plus 2? Okay, so if user answers wrong, refresh with error message. If user answers right, refresh with success message. That's the current system. So what I would propose is refresh with error message, refresh with success message. But in addition to that, say a link, show a link to the next question. Go to the next question. Maybe a question mark, something like that. If it's wrong, then maybe show a link. Stuck. Try going on to the next question. So this is a maybe on this one, but I think I like this because once you succeeded, it shows you succeeded, and it can say, oh, here's a link to go on the next question. So you can say, okay, well now I know what to do. That's a button that I didn't see before, or a link I didn't see before. I like that idea. Okay, so like in the actual message here, maybe this has a link. Congratulations, you answered correctly, and then a link to go to the next question, something like that. Congratulations, you answered correctly. And where is that? It's all in here. So it's just this temp flash message. I don't think I can just throw random HTML in there. I don't think it's showed raw. I don't necessarily want it to be. Yeah, it's just an error screen here. Yeah, it's not shown raw. It's going to be escaped. So let me think about this. Do I want it to be up here? Do I want another link to be down here? Maybe both. Maybe I have both. I kind of want to get a teammate on here to give me an opinion. Maybe make this work. See if my teammates, see what he's up to. I'm going on Slack right now. I've never done this before. Never brought somebody on Slack, or someone on Slack, someone onto the stream like a guest. So this could be a real, mess, technically speaking. But I'll give it a try. See if he's around. He's in the West Coast, so could be. It's about. Hey, Taito, what's up? Thanks for joining. So what time is it in the West Coast right now? It's almost noon, so it might be lunchtime for him. I'm just trying to see if a teammate will join, give me some advice or some feedback on improving this application I'm working on, the Digital Challenge application. You are back. Yes. You joined during when I was playing a game. Tuesday or Wednesday night, right? I was playing Just Cause 2. And if I remember correctly, could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, you speak Spanish, you're from Mexico, your English is not that great. That's for Dad? Su inglés no muy bueno. Let's see how we do this. Usted es de México. I say speak. Oh, say habla español. And you're very lagged. Oh no, that was someone from India. That was very lagged. It was not you. Well, I'm not hearing back from my teammate right now. I didn't tell him I was going to do this, so not terribly surprising that he's not available. I gave him no preparation whatsoever. So I want to just hold off on that till I hear back from him. and see what else I can get into. Yeah, I thought about some survey type questions into the digital challenge. Everything is either right or wrong in the challenge, and sometimes we want to be able to collect some information like opinions or contact info or something like that. And there's no mechanism to do that right now with the digital challenge. Yeah, and the other one was leaderboard, to kind of show yourself on the leaderboard. Although, I will say my experience running these events is that people don't necessarily realize they can view the leaderboard themselves. They come back to the booth to look at the leaderboard on the TV, which is totally fine. That's why we have it. But there's this hamburger menu up here with leaderboards. And people seem to need to be told about that. Like, I assumed hamburger menu was enough for people to explore, but maybe they just weren't aware. But yeah, there's the there's a leaderboard just with hamburger menu. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like if I commit to one, I'm not going to have a chance to roll it back. I don't want to necessarily do both options, although I don't know. Might be okay. This is the error, right? Temp data flash. So we go back to here and zone controller. And so in here, I could just say, all right, go to the next action. You gotta figure out what the next action is. That might be another piece of code I have to write. Selected choice. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Anyway, I really value his feedback because he has seen this in action twice now. I'm getting a Slack message, but it's not from him. Well, I suppose I could. Let's see. Let me think about this. Not the SQL form. Let's start with one of the. Just start with multiple choice. So if it's successful, and then I'll just put a message here like link to the next action. And if it's the last action in the list, then of course this wouldn't be a link to the next action. Yeah, it's going to break my test because I test specifically for this text. And then I could say temp data show next action. Equals true. I could just do that, right? Then I could say something like this. And then say if temp data show next action, then just write on a message link. This needs to be text, right? So link to next action. I'm not sure what that text will be. That'll show up on the error. And then over in the actual view, where are those? Zone? Yeah, multiple choice. What did I do here? Okay. arrows over here. So like this. This would be maybe a button. Button to next action. Let's try it. So here we are, Developers Week. Instructions, go here. Oh, that's not working. Objects of bool. That's not going to work. It's going to work up here. Because it's probably, yeah. Okay. I can just make this true. This is kind of a hack. Oh, it needs to be, oh, okay. So it's still an object no matter what. That's kind of annoying. Okay, anyway, I'm just trying to demonstrate a proof of concept here, so let's just put in some lousy hack and go with it. And so instead of true, it's going to be the string true. All right, here we are, Developers Week. Question number 1. Oh, what happened? Oh, because it's not, oh gosh. I don't think this will work in Razor, will it? Oh, maybe it does. Well, that's if the flash is not equal null. Okay. Okay, that may be part of the reason. I had some safeguards in for that already. But I'm adding in this terrible hack, so. Okay, so I get it right, and congratulations, link to next action, button to next action. This kind of appears. But I don't want it to imply that you have to take them in order. This is still going to be there. So what I would want to do is, and this would only be if there is a message. Yeah. So no matter what, except the first time you get to this page, like right now, it's just only a submit button, simple as possible. If you get it wrong, error message, I want to link up here that says, oh, if you're stuck, try another question and come back later. And same thing down here. If you're stuck, go to the next question, come back later, that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know if maybe I'm overthinking this, but that's what my thoughts are right now about improvements there. All right, well, we're about the 1 hour mark, and I'm not hearing from Eric, so I think I'm going to close it out for today. I'm going to stew on that some more. But if you have any thoughts on that, let me know. Leave a comment there on YouTube. I'm not a UI person. I'm not much of a UX person, that sort of thing. So I'm just sort of going on feedback I'm getting on the day of the event. But not everyone tells you, oh, I want this, or I'm confused about this. But just because they provide an answer doesn't necessarily mean it's the right one, right? It may make things more complicated for others. So I want to think very carefully about this because it's doing okay as it is right now, but I think it could do better. All right. Anyway, well, it looks like we're a very low amount of viewers, so I'm not going to try raid today, but I will plug one more time my Live Coders team. You can see lots of people checking out Live Coders. It's hard to compete with Lana Luck. She does such cool stuff with game dev, so everyone likes to go to her channel. InstaFluff's always very cool. So hard to compete with them. But anyway, check them out. I'm going to head on over to one of these channels right now, but not in rating capacity. But thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern U.S. time. All right, so until then, everybody have a good one. Bye-bye.